DJ Akademiks says the Clips leaked that Kendrick Lamar verse on purpose. What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. DJ Akademiks is at it again. And one thing you can say for sure, if it's some kind of way to twist narratives and make Drake look better, even though he never succeeds at doing such, he will find it. And Akademiks is out here once again spinning and twisting and turning and putting his butt in the air trying to make things work. And he's right back here trying to diss the Clips again. I want to read this article because I feel like, first of all, the Chains and Whips verse that Kendrick he's allegedly on the song, I didn't listen to it. They've already deleted the song off social media. You can't even hear it if you want to. Every one of them Twitter posts, it has a disclaimer on it that this has been removed. I don't really want to hear leaks of something like that because I want to enjoy it when the album comes out. Like every spin of that is going to take away from the album spins that I could get the streams. But at the same time, I just want to live in the moment when the artists really wanted you to hear it. Now, Akademiks is saying that, don't worry, Charles, because these guys put it out themselves, which I don't know why they would do such a thing. He could have been leaked this verse, but he's saying that they leaked it themselves. Me personally, just like personally when Eminem was on LL Cool J's album, the Murdergram, somebody had it online, and I listened to a little bit just to make sure it was real. Other than that, I didn't listen to the whole song because I'm like, I want to hear the finished product. And that song, when they released that song, it was terrible. The quality was real bad. It didn't have no mix down. I'm like, this is why I don't listen to this shit. This is why I don't be listening to when they got these leaks and this, that, and the third, because you're going to get a bad quality, then you're going to be judging it off that, and it's never going to ever hit the right way again. But Akademiks is saying they did it themselves. Let me read this article and we're going to have a conversation. A lot has been said about how Clips, more so Pusha T, have handled rolling out Let God Sort Them Out, and DJ Akademiks is calling them out. They have a whole narrative gang about this rollout, and there is double standards. Like I wrote on my Twitter thing today, and a lot of people agree with me that when Drake disses on his albums, it's Drake coming after his enemies. He's getting retaliation. He's getting get back. Now that Pusha's coming out talking about these things, dissing people, it's a rollout. It's a cry for relevancy. He's using Drake. So it can't be the other way around. It has to be that when Pusha does it, he needs relevancy, right? And I just did a video about how the So Be It song has 5.4 million views. Meanwhile, Drake and Smiley has 1.1 million views, and that's been out for more days. But somehow Pusha needs to be relevant by dissing Drake for some weird ass reason, right? But at the end of the day, let's have a conversation. He dissed Travis Scott too. Let me continue. The excitement surrounding the upcoming Clips album has been immense. The singles and interviews to come out of this rollout have led to a lot of engagement and discussion online. Overall, it's been Pusha T who has been leading the way. He's let the world know how he feels. How he's felt about Travis Scott in a scathing GQ interview. There, he labeled his former Good Music label mate a whore and disloyal, which he was on point to a degree. Let me continue. He's doubled down and even tripled down in subsequent sit-downs after dissing him on wax. And this is what they're saying. He can't be relevant unless he's dissing Travis Scott. He can't be relevant. No, the guy, when he doesn't come out all the time, you're gonna have to wait a couple years. And when he come out, all that grievances. Listen, this guy holds on to shit. He holds a grudge. This guy, you do something 3-4 years ago, he gonna tell you about it in 3-4 years later. And this guy holds on to all that shit. And it's like, what better way to play the game? This is a game. All you guys talk about is numbers. So what better way to play the game than fuck with your algorithm by coming out, swinging heads, knocking niggas heads off the shoulders, because this is what y'all want. Y'all want numbers. Because when the joint flop, you're going to say, see, he came out, y'all waiting for it to flop. But you realize that there's a game. Even Jim Jones is claiming he played the game with y'all, with the Nas situation. It was only for numbers with the algorithm. So now he's playing the game that you play. You guys created this game where you're not judging him off his music, you're judging him off his numbers. So at the end of the day, if he could bend that algorithm, then so be it. I have no problem with it. Because everybody that comes out these days got some catch on the album. Right? Even when Drake dropped some sexy songs for you, what was everybody talking about? Give me a hug. Right? They were talking about him dissing. And that got the most traction on the internet. Outside of that, nobody was talking about it. That's why the album took four weeks to even do anything. So it's the same thing that this guy does. He disses, and then everybody wants to say, oh my God, look what he said. So Pusha T's doing the same thing. Whether he's doing it purposely or not, I don't care. I have no problem with it. Let me continue. The anticipation for Let God Sort Him Out is also revolved around the imminent release of Chains and Whips. The song will feature Kendrick Lamar, and his verse has had many chomping at the bit. A lot of that eagerness stems from the clips leaving their former label, Def Jam, over it due to its content. And a lot of people right now are online. What's the Dirt? What's the Dirt has just become let's just be honest, like a scumbag. He's just on Twitter every day. He's going at Punch of TDE, and he's talking about Kendrick every day. But then he wants you to watch his videos, right? He's like, oh, I got another banger, Kendrick and Drake. What are the? It's like you want to. So he got excommunicated from Twitter by the people, not no other freaking YouTuber. He got excommunicated from YouTube. I said Twitter, but I meant YouTube. Not by no other YouTuber. The people excommunicated him from being so one-sided and slanted and being so ridiculous when he covered. He actually got excommunicated over a Drake, believe it or not, a freaking Drake video, right? That he put together, and he got so creamed by that he fell back for months. Now he's back in. He decided he's going all in, throwing all his chips in the Aubrey basket. So that means now he got to follow and run with every narrative. So he got to go at everybody that likes Kendrick. Got to go at Punch and TDE. Every time Punch says something, he's responding because it's getting him traction. But he's becoming one of these people that roll narratives out off his tongue and try to come up off of them. But it's another weird person in a weird space that's going down the wrong side of history, that's going to look crazy when the smoke clears. At the end of the day, you ain't even no smoke clearing it no more, because people have decided they don't believe this, they only going to believe that. If their favorite rapper's on the other side of that, then that's all they're going to believe. So with that being said, the whole narrative is that Pusha is using this content, the Def Jam situation. We messed up. It's like, you guys messed up. You claimed that it was Drake, and at the end of the day, now it's with this verse, they're saying that it was Trump, some lyric he said about Trump. So you guys are all over the place. They're making it like the people who are pro Pusha and pro Kendrick, we stumbled on our narratives, and we said it was Drake at first. Now we blaming Trump, We're all over the place. So that's where this thing is going up, about Def Jam dropping them over this, that, and the third. So here we are stuck in the middle once again with more ridiculous narratives that we all know that when the smoke clears, it's going to be clear that Drake tried to get this and UMG, this, that, and the third, push Def Jam to not let this record out. It ain't got nothing to do with no fake narratives, this, that, and the third. The truth is what it is. It's not a narrative when it's the truth, right? Let me keep this going. Per Pusha T, he believed they didn't like the optics of him and Lamar, two of Drake's biggest enemies, teaming up on one song. Remember, UMG, who has been tied to the K-Dot and Drizzy beef, owns Def Jam. That is a fact. A lot of people applaud the clips for buying themselves out to preserve their art. They spent a bag. They spent a couple mil to get out of that Def Jam contract. Let me keep this pushing. However, DJ Akademiks doesn't really have many positive things to say about how the duo has rolled out this album. In a clip from Act's recent stream, he reacts to the Lamar verse that was reportedly leaked by those attending this private listening party in Paris. However, he's alleging that the clips wanted this to happen to generate more excitement. Moreover, while he does give Lamar his flowers, he admits that he is mostly excited for the potential Drake diss. How goofy is this? In my opinion, you're talking out of three sides of your face. You're saying that they leaked it on purpose, right? Which is whatever. I don't believe they would leak their biggest. If you're telling me he's doing these things for engagement and numbers, why would you leak the verse that's going to make everybody run to your album when it drops in July? Everybody's going to click the album to hear the Kendrick Lamar verse. It makes no sense. There is no building. This already one of the most anticipated verses you've probably ever heard ever. Everybody wants to hear this verse. Why on God's earth would they leak it and shoot themselves in the foot when they need this thing to pop so that the numbers in the algorithm could go? Make that make sense, right? But he also says, I'm going to give Lamar his flowers for the verse. So you're saying they leaked it like there's some like scumbags chasing algorithms, but Lamar did a good job, so it's a great verse, right? Then he goes and says he's excited for the potential Drake diss on their album, which he's calling them damn near attention whores, but you still want the disses that they're going to give to Drake. And he's only, again, he got a whole love-hate thing with Drake. He knows Drake don't like him and he don't like Drake back, but he pretends to walk the middle line. Why would you give Lamar any flowers if you really are a Drake fan and you can't stand Lamar like you say? But I tell you all the time, I got yet another video coming out about Akademiks is a saboteur to Drake, and it's just a fact. So I believe Drake, he's trying to play all these different sides of the fence, trying to seem like he's fair and balanced. He's not. This dude does anything he can for the money. Wherever the money leans, if it starts leaning back to Drake tomorrow, he'll be back over there talking about Drizzy Drake doing this, that, and the third. Let me keep this pushing. He would have much rather been excited for the Kobe in his prime than for some new bars for the boy. In the clip, he ultimately blames Pusha T for most of this. Throughout, he critiques how he's been promoting this record through suddenly having issues with Travis Scott too. It ain't suddenly when this is what he wanted to talk about when he released his album. He kept it for his album. I told you, I don't mind if you're playing algorithm games because they all play the algorithm games. Drake waits, he'll diss somebody for something that happened 2 years ago. He'll diss you for something that happened 5 years ago. They push the narratives when they want. It's cool when one guy does it. It's corny when another guy does it. That's the era we're in, gang. That's the era we're in. And when Kendrick comes out and he says something about this and that, now the Drake has got it in their head. Oh, we could just start saying that narrative is uncool. When you diss somebody on your album, it's a rollout. So now that's what it's going to be going forward. Just remember where you heard it. Now going forward, anybody that disses on their album that's not Drake is a rollout in an algorithm chaser and da da da. But when Drake does it, you won't hear nothing about his rollout or him chasing algorithms. It'll be the boy is back and he tore your ass up. So this is what it is. It's just all over the place. It's never enough. And DJ Akademiks is the main culprit of just splitting hairs and trying to play both sides of the fence. It don't make no sense. Let me keep it moving. As such, he advises LaFlame to just keep to himself and ignore the demands of him needing to respond. He feels that Pusha T is trying to use him for clout and promotion is nothing more. Or Pusha T just don't like the nigga. And Pusha T is literally using him. Yes, he's using him to move the algorithm because he don't like him. And he's trying to take a notch off his belt because he don't like him. I feel like when you peel back the layers, he came in Pharrell's studio, played a record, made them stop what they're doing. It's very disrespectful. If I'm in a situation where I'm making my album, you come in, make me stop making my album. You talk to my man who's producing my album. You play him all this shit that nobody in here wants to hear, and you filming us, reacting to it. Now you're trying to use us as dancing monkeys. You dancing and doing all this goofy shit, and then 2-3 days later, you come out and drop a record that's dissing everybody in the studio that you just was dancing with. It's on your record, and you let Drake diss everybody in there. He dissed Pharrell. By extension, that means he's dissing Pusha T. Right? So you let him diss him, but you just was in the studio doing your goofy bubble bath dance, and then you let the bubble bath rapper come out and diss niggas. So this is where it's at, and I feel like Pusha got every right. It ain't no time limit on when I can diss you. It ain't no time limit. So they're trying to make it like, oh, you're doing it now for his album rollout. Well, maybe it is. We don't care. We want to hear the record. It is what it is. I'm going to leave it at that. CLBMG. Let me know what you think. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. All right. Also, every Wednesday night we go live with the What Show. We talk about hip-hop. We talk about all kind of things. We get into sports. We was talking about 80s music movies the last time. So we could talk. The conversation goes where it goes. We have a good time. Make sure you get in the chat and let us know what you think. Also, we got a new show over here on CLBMG Network. It is called Underground Edge, where we show hip-hop videos. Make sure you tune into that, all right? I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.